everybody, Martyn at Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying this wee pink shrimp, Flashback. It's a great wee pattern for the grayling, but it catches trout as well, and I do quite well on coarse fish species with it. Certainly catch plenty of barbel on this, and it's, as always, it's going in the giveaway box, which is coming along quite nicely. Right, it's wee river bugs. I might switch to some wets and dries, but it will be a river themed box. And as always, we'll be putting a materials list in the description, along with a link to the Patreon page if anybody wants to support the channel, get access to the be entered into the giveaways, I should say. Alternatively, you can like the video, share the video, watch it all the way to the end. All of that helps the channel to grow. So I've got my hook and my vise. This is a size 12 Czech nymph heavy, 50 mil, and I've pre-leaded it. I've got 20 tons of O2O lead wire. Now, you suit yourself, right? You might want it heavier, you might want it lighter. That's entirely up to you as to suit your fishing. And I'm just covering this up. I've got some Gotcha Pink Danville's Fly Master, and this is 70 denier, so it's like an 8.0. Just running that on just to lock the lead in place, and then I'll get ready for my rib, which is some 4-pound nylon. You could use 3, up to yourself. Just got to catch that, draw it in so there's no exposed tag, and then we'll take it back on your side. Right, I like the rib on the off side so that when I bring it around, it starts on the dubbing so it can grip and hold in place rather than try to go into the slippery flashback material. Now, I'm putting a wee bit of, this is Mirage tinsel, Opal Mirage, small. Just got to catch this in at the back. Get it in the material clip if it will stay. Shoots out my way. There we go. And then I'll keep me up, just tidy that up a wee bit. Now I like to put a bit of cement on my lead underbodies. If it's wire, if it's sticky back, it's no simple, it doesn't matter so much, but the wire, it's nice to let the cement get in between and lock all those thread wraps, that are in between the wire wraps together. Just makes the fly that bit tougher. So I'm just going to come over, and as I come back, I'm obviously covering up that lead, right? It's not completely covered, but when I put the shell back on, well, basically that should do it. But this is giving me, certainly in the belly, the exposed area, a nice pink underbody, which will help to kind of keep the colour of the dubbing bright when it's under the water. So for the back, I'm using 4mm Scud Skin, 4mm, and fluorescent pink. Right. I'm a big believer in fluorescence. UV doesn't matter so much, but fluorescence, chaos in my desk there. Fluorescence does matter, right? Like when fluorescent materials are hit with UV light, they pop, right? Because they're emitting visible light. UV reflective or whatever, well, if you're fishing trout and grayling, they can't see in the UV spectrum, so little point. I've cut this at a wee triangle, and I'm just going to stretch it quite tight and come down around the bend. So it's just fraying a wee bit there on my, I've not got a wee raggy edge in my bobbin holder. And I'll just come up, couple of times. There, I've snapped my thread. Just don't worry. Start again. It's no a problem. Sometimes it happens. Just catch both the waste piece of your new thread and the old tag end and just tie over it. Get that nice and secure. Trim away the waste. It's not a big deal. So, ultra nymph dub. I'm starting to really like this stuff. And it's fluorescent shrimp pink. Got a good bunch of that. When you've fairly used the dubbing up on this fly, I want plenty in so I can pick it out with my dubbing needle to represent legs. I mean, you probably don't really need to, you could just leave it, but I like to. So just slide that up, get it on. I mean, this stuff dubs great. As I said in another video when I was using it, it's very reminiscent of the old masterclass ollies. And like I say, you've got to fairly eat up the dubbing. I'd rather just apply again, not have a great big long rope. I'm going to bring this up, and now a lot of people when they tie a shrimp they like to dub right up to the eye. I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to build effectively a big thread head, right, because it's this, I mean everything in this fly is fluorescent, but I like that sort of, that hot pink colour. So first thing is, get your shell back, get a good stretch, scud skin. Right, make sure it's tight. And get it on there. I'm going to get that nice and secure. Right, I want the tie-in to be basically the length of the head. I'll lift it up, take a couple of turns in front. Right, so that now I can give this a right good stretch, and the waist end will just disappear, nice and clean. I can tidy that up a wee bit. Half hitch on there. Now this is a bit trickier, the wee strip of flash. Just get it on. If it's not sitting, you just 2 wraps of thread and you can then just sort of adjust it. Try to get it to sit right in the middle. Fold back so it won't pull out, trim away the waist, then another wee half hitch. And you can see I've started to build that nice head there, right, which I want that as part of the pattern, right, I want that. So my rib's on your side, so it comes around and it's on the dubbing first, and it goes very easily onto the scud skin. Now I'm just coming in with my fingernail just to make sure that my mirage is where I want it, in the middle of the back there. I'm going to tighten it, pulling towards myself. I'm not going to tighten as I go over, fairly loose. Now I'm looking from above, I'm just touch the mirage. You can even put a wee bit of pressure one way or the other. When you're coming up the other side, pull it tight, then you can again get your finger in, right, so that I'm trying to avoid causing it to creep towards you, right. Now that I know I'm started, I can just go up, because it's all under tension, right, it's not going to move anymore. Number of turns, up to you, you'll see what you like. I like about half a dozen, giving me like 7 segments. Catch that off, Now it's a very slick medium, so wrap it around the thread, come up and catch it, and you can fold it back, tie over, never going to come out, right? Just and going forward, just tidy it up and just build, yeah, nice hot pink, very bright head, right? And then you can whip finish. And another one. Right, this is bouncing along the bottom. I know you're going to varnish it and whatever, but let's still. If you don't like the big head, you can just dub right down and just try to make it small, but I really like it, that bright, intense head. So we come in with my varnish, do the head. Make sure the eye's clean. And then come in underneath. I prefer my dubbing needle with this rather than the Velcro nowadays. I used to would use Velcro, but like, I've sort of come back to the dubbing needle. I'll turn that over to check your side. Get a good bit of leg pick to it. Not bad. Now obviously they're a wee bit long, so just got to come in, cut up into them. Right, I don't want a clean straight line, I want a nice sort of feathered edge. Something like that's fine. Leg length's up to yourself. If there's any really long fibres, just take them away. Now I'm just going to brush everything down. I'm actually going to adjust the hooking device. Just a wee bit of extra protection. Come in with my nail polish. I'm going to coat that back. And all the way back up and onto the top of the head again. Now, I'm just trying to protect the back a bit, especially that mirage tinsel. Come down and touch the hook at the back. Come down and touch onto the bare hook. Because what we're trying to do is have a nice wee scud back. That will shrink as it dries and you'll still get the segmented effect. Right, the one that I had in the vise at the beginning was already like that, had already been done, and you could see the segments quite easily, and you'll see it in the photo as well. But there you go, that's it, a wee flashback pink shrimp, deadly pattern, range of species. I mean, obviously the grayling boys will have something like this in the winter in their box, definitely, but even if you don't fish for grayling, it's well worth tying some of these up. So I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to give me a thumbs up below, and I'll see you for another one. Tight lines, guys. Bye.